You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Hello and welcome to another episode of Unstoppable Actors, where we are going to be talking about the secret to following up casting directors without annoying them, without sounding desperate, without irritating them, and without you feeling like you are being pushy. Before we get started, did you know that 90%, yes, 90% of actors are spending the majority of their time fixating on getting more auditions? That is such a high percentage. What this 90% of actors don't realise is that despite their passion, despite their enthusiasm, despite how proactive they are being, by putting their efforts on finding more auditions, there is actually more to landing acting jobs than endlessly scrolling casting sites and Facebook groups that all of the actors are on or in. There are clear things that are simple that you can do to get cast more often and showcase yourself so you stand out in this industry that is not being taught at all or properly at traditional drama schools. And on Sunday, the 22nd of February, I am teaching a free business of acting workshop that is going to help you land your next role ASAP and show you what to do to keep repeating that process. So rather than feeling stuck or like you're spinning your wheels or like everything feels overwhelming and like too much effort, you have a repeatable process to showcase yourself in the industry in a way where you stand out and you look like you've been at this for years. Now, if you want in on this free business of acting workshop, you just need to click the link underneath where you've pressed play. It's 90 minutes long. I only teach it once a year. You can be from anywhere in the world to come and join it, and you can be of any level of experience. I'm going to be teaching you simple things that you can do straight away as soon as the workshop ends, and they will make the biggest difference to your acting career. You'll feel more confident, you'll feel less overwhelmed, and you'll start seeing results. You'll start making a dent in your acting goals rather than feeling like there's a massive distance between where you are now and the acting goal that you've got. So as I've said, that link is underneath where you've pressed play. Go and click that after this episode. Right, let's get into this. There are two extremes when it comes to following up casting directors, and I'm going to share with you what they are. You might hear them and go, yep, I'm either actor A or actor B, or you might be a combination of both. So actor A fits into this type when they are following up casting directors. They'll have thoughts like, I don't want to annoy them. What if they roll their eyes when they see my name? What if I'm too inexperienced and shouldn't really be writing to casting directors? What if I write too much? What if I don't write enough? And so what ends up happening is this actor, actor A, doesn't follow up at all. They disappear. They hope that their first email was enough and they leave it there. So that's actor A. Does any of that sound like you? Now, actor B has an overly optimistic energy. Actor B thinks, well, I've got nothing to lose, so I'll just keep emailing. They think things like visibility is everything, so I need to be in the casting director's inbox as much as I possibly can be. And they also think things like, if I message enough times, if I send enough emails, something is going to land and I am going to be brought into audition. There's no strategy with actor B, there is just volume. So which camp do you fall into? Do you fall more into actor A, who just ends up not following up at all, or actor B, who sends a flurry of emails? Or are you a combination of both at different times, depending on how you feel? Here's the thing about both of these examples. Both extremes come from the exact same root cause: uncertainty. When I first started writing to casting directors many years ago, when I first started acting, I remember staring at my laptop screen. In fact, I don't even think I had a laptop. I think it was a PC. It was that long ago. I remember staring at my PC screen thinking, oh my God, I have got absolutely nothing to say to this person. And I heard the things that you might have heard, which is write to them when you've got an upcoming show and invite them. Send them an invitation to come and see you in a play. And I thought, all right, well, that's all well and good, but what if I don't have an upcoming show? What if I'm not in anything? Then what? Then what do I write to them about? Am I just wasting the time? Is it a pointless email? I even asked an acting friend of mine, what do you write? Like, I am really struggling with these cover letters. I have no idea to what to put in them. And I'll be honest with you, even though I was being proactive and asking for help, which is such a positive, actually asking for help brought up the feeling of shame, because I felt like, well, I should already know this. I can't be good enough if I don't know what to write in these cover letters. And that's the God's honest truth, how I felt. And that is, all of these things that I've been sharing with you, they are the real struggles that actors experience when it comes to following up a casting director. And it can bring up feelings of doubt, comparison, fear, overthinking every word. And then it becomes an experience that's not very pleasant. So here's where the magic comes in. Following up a casting director successfully isn't just about the words that you are writing. It's about drawing upon what I call the triangle for success. If you've listened to Unstoppable Actors for, let's say, 6 months or more, you'll be familiar with the triangle for success. If you're quite new to the podcast, I'm going to break it down for you. So there's 3 points on the triangle for success: mindset, skills, action. We're going to tackle mindset first, the first point on it. If your mindset is one of, I'm annoying them, this is desperate, I've got nothing of any value to write, nothing interesting to write, then what happens is your email shrinks. If your mindset is, well, I've got nothing to share with them, I don't have an upcoming show, what could I possibly tell them that's going to interest them? You're going to freeze. And if your mindset is, and this is very few and far between with actors, but there are actors who think like this, if your mindset is, they owe me, then your email feels entitled. However, if your mindset is, I am a professional in the early stages of my career and I am building relationships, and you own that, then everything changes. Following up a casting director is not begging. I want you to say this to yourself 10 times. Following up a casting director is not begging. Following up a casting director is not begging. Following up a casting director is not begging. Keep saying that to yourself, because repetition is the mother of success. The more you say it, the more you'll believe it. What following up is maintaining visibility. It's showing up strategically. And I know strategic is one of those boring words that us creatives don't really like, but you have to start thinking like a business, and businesses think strategically. Now let's move on to the second point on the triangle for success, which is skills. And there is a skill to following up a casting director. Following up just simply means you're sending them a second email, or you're sending them an email after some sort of interaction has taken place with them. So the key to following up is keep it concise, make it relevant, and show the casting director why it matters right now. So following up could be a post-audition email. You've had an audition with them, you're following them up by sending them an email. It could be that you've already sent them an email, maybe 3 weeks ago, so you're sending them another one because you haven't had a reply. Or it could be that you've applied for a role with them and you are now following up. So that's what following up is. They're just 3 examples of how you can do that. The secret to following up is you don't overcomplicate it. And you do not apologise for reaching out in the literal sense of saying, oh, I'm sorry. You don't ever do that. And in the sense of the way you present yourself in your follow-up email. Do not ever apologise, because you are important in this industry. And if you don't follow up, you become invisible, and therefore you don't have an acting career. And it's as simple as that. I don't mean to be blunt, but I do need to really share what's at stake for you with this. Now, the third point on the triangle for success is action. The best mindset plus the right skills equals absolutely nothing if you do not act. And I don't mean act as in a production. I mean act as in take the action of writing a cover letter. But random action and spamming, that is ineffective. The sweet spot is a calm mindset, clear messaging, and strategic action. So let me give you some examples of different scenarios. You might have already sent a casting director an email and you've had tumbleweed, crickets, nothing. And you might be thinking, oh, did they even receive my email? Has it gone to spam? Oh, did what I say annoy them? But there's something in you that wants to send another email. Do not, whatever you do, write, hi, whoever they are, so-and-so. Just checking you got my last email. That's just annoying. They will have got your last email. They've just not replied to it. So instead what you want to do is share a relevant update, a recent credit, or something really timely about your profile, but you need to keep it short, polite, and professional. Another way you could follow up is after an audition, and you could write something like, hi, insert casting director's name. Thank you so much for seeing me for whatever the production is. When you shared that you enjoyed my work, it really made all the prep I'd put into it feel seen and acknowledged. I really appreciated that. Thank you. No one's going to be annoyed by that. You're just showing up again. It could be after you've done a casting workshop. And I've done this myself. You send an email and you say, hi, insert casting director's name. Thank you so much for the workshop on whatever date it was. And thank you so much for the incredible feedback you gave me. It made me feel like the years of training I've put into my acting is really paying off. And in that moment, you made me feel really proud of myself, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. If there are any small roles that come up with a couple of lines for whatever your casting type is, I'd really love to be considered. Have an incredible day. I have sent emails like that before, and let me tell you, every single time I've done it, they get replies. It could be after applying for a role. Now, you obviously don't want to apply for the role and then 24 hours later be sending an email. This is where strategy comes in, and this is what I'm teaching inside that free Business of Acting workshop on Sunday the 22nd of February, because a lot of actors get the timing wrong. They either do it too soon or leave it too late, and we'll dive into that in that workshop. But after applying for a role, you could write something like, hi, insert casting director, I applied for whatever role it was, insert that, and I wanted to highlight, and then in there you're going to write one thing about maybe a recent credit that you forgot to write in your initial application to them, or maybe it's a little testimonial from a director or somebody else who said something incredible about your acting. So you just add that in there, and then you say, please let me know if I can provide you with any further information. Have a good day. All of these approaches are allowing you to increase your visibility. They're professional, they're not pushy, and they plant a seed for the casting director without desperation. This works because casting directors are never offended by polite, relevant, positive follow-ups. What they are offended by is, well, not offended, but overwhelmed by, is noise and irrelevant updates. Those actors who you see on socials who are scooping up audition after audition after audition, they aren't silent, they're strategic, consistent, and intentional, which is what you need to be. They know their brand, they know their casting type, they know when and how to show up, and that comes from knowing the business of acting properly and not guessing. So if following up has felt really heavy for you, it's felt awkward, it's felt shameful, it's felt annoying, irritating, or like you can't do it, do not beat yourself up. We all have to go through these feelings until we've learnt And that's the key thing here. If you are feeling any of those things, it just means that no one has shown you a proper framework just yet. And I want to share that with you. So I've mentioned it a few times, but the Business of Acting workshop is happening on Sunday the 22nd of February, 5 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. European time, 12 p.m. New York time. And you are going to be learning in there how to define your actor brand and your unique selling points. You're going to be learning about touch points so that casting directors can't ignore you. You are going to be learning about how and when to follow up after auditions, emails and applications. And you are also going to be learning the professional strategies actors who get audition after audition after audition are using to stand out without spamming, without frustrating anyone, without annoying anyone. You are going to be learning how to get on casting directors' radars intentionally instead of just hoping and trying anything and wishing for the best, which is not a good strategy. I only teach this workshop once a year. It's free of charge. It's 90 minutes long. It's going to be the best thing you can do for raising your profile in the acting industry this year and getting more auditions than you've ever had. I've left the link underneath where you've pressed play. Go and click it, save your place, and I'll see you on Sunday the 22nd of February. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.